at your current company, your role is focused on both AI and data
Yes.
governance and the strategy behind that. There's obviously a ton of overlap, like one doesn't happen without the
Exactly.
other. And like the empathy side of that for marketing operations folks is that we are often like an underfunded team within the
Right.
marketing teams, like 20-person marketing team and like one marketing ops person doing like all the Martech implementation, supporting the people in the process. And, a lot of folks just like look at the data and they're just like, why is this like data not fixed? Why is this
Right.
data dirty? Why do we have duplicates everywhere? And it's like, I'm one person supporting 20 freaking humans and there's a
Yeah,
ton of shit on my plate. And so AI now is kind of changing that discussion a little bit,
for
and
sure.
marketing ops folks finally now have this like thing that's helping us and supporting us when all we want to do is clean the data. Like all we want to do is sanitize the data in the CRM and make sure none of it's duplicated. Now other people care about it. Like it was so hard to go and chat with like senior leaders and be like, this thing that we're pitching to do next quarter is cleaning our data and we're deduplicating records and we're doing ID resolution and we're going to combine all these sources. And like the senior teams are just like, why do we care about this? Like,
That's
how
true.
much revenue is that going to give us? Now we can finally say it is going to give us revenue because here are the AI applications that we can put on top of that clean data. What are your thoughts there? You see a lot of overlap with what you do day to day?
Absolutely. I think this is really the key. I also this is I call it the comeback of data quality
Mm.
because before data quality was not sexy. Everyone was focusing on it, everyone complained about it, but nobody wanted to take care of it, right? And now that AI is there and everyone realizes that AI with bad data is just bad AI, right? All of a sudden the focus is much bigger. It's like we are bad data quality is hindering all of our innovation here. And if we cannot compete with the rest of the world in AI, then what are we doing? This needs to be the highest priority all of a sudden.
Mm.
And that puts a lot of pressure on it, right? And going back to the basics and actually focusing on data quality again is the right move, I would say, right? I have to say that also a lot of, especially in the Gen AI space, right? There's a lot of pre-trained models that only needs the context of your organizational data and doesn't need to be trained completely by your own organizational data. So there's always a certain impact that you need to deal with. But even then, still, right? You want to tailor it to your organization. That means you need to provide it in the high quality contextual data that you have for any AI model to probably work. So yeah, absolutely. It's now that everyone wants to do it, we all get to do data quality again. So that's good for us.
Data quality is time to shine again. We're finally
Yes,
getting our time in the sun.
exactly, exactly.
It's funny that like most is obviously like more than one team, especially in bigger companies that owns data quality. But like, marketing operations folks, the acronym is like MOP often, like MOP, and the icon for a lot of folks
Right.
is a mop bucket because we're cleaning data and we're in the background and folks don't really care about what we do. Now all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, this is important work. Like our
Yeah.
AI isn't great without marketing ops focusing on the marketing data side. But you always have a bigger mandate of this for data governance for the whole company. Curious to ask you your thoughts on like just the overlap between like customer data obviously is a big part of
Yeah.
marketing and activating that stuff, figuring out what's working. And when you're talking about data governance and AI strategy for the company, you're talking about the AI strategy, the data strategy. Hopefully these things are kind of like being combined there a little bit. But yeah, chat with us about like that overlap. What do marketing ops folks need to know about what is important in the data governance world in the next like 5-10 years?
Yeah, absolutely. I think customer data is a really great keyword because the problem with, or the challenge with customer data is that the creation of it is still highly manual, right?
Hmm.
Either the customers, for the first time signing up with their own data, that every human error is possible, right? You can mistype your own name or your address, whatever, right? Or a salesperson that is creating leads is also typing in the data manually into somewhere and that creates a lot of data. And if the first record ever of customer data is already wrong, then you don't really have a comparison towards anything to say what is correct. And without that reference, data quality management is very difficult because you cannot even define what's correct looks like. Imagine
Right.
just your last name being now typed in the wrong way. And I don't have any reference about you else. How would I know what the correct last name of you is, right? And that is where a lot of the issues come from. So to avoid that human error. And that then cascades down across the whole data lifecycle, wherever it ends up in BI and whatever reportings. Actually, human data entry needs to be better. And that can have two sides. One is the typical training people to be more diligent, right? And giving them more guidance to do the right thing and just be more diligent about all of it. Or the second one, technology enabling him to do it right with guardrails, right? To have some type of a check, as in like, can you just check this is an unusual name, for example? Are you sure that this is the right one? Or your address might be in the wrong format. Could you check if this is actually what you mean? Like some kind of technological guardrails to actually help you, right? And then data quality management can be much easier because you start already with beta data from the very beginning, and then it cascades down to the other things. So to any marketing operations person, right? The more you can help the people that enter the data for the first time to already put in the right data, the less you have to deal with all of the rest and getting requests to clean up data again afterwards, because it was done already from the beginning in the right way. So yeah, don't be the mob bucket. Try to give other people the mob first to already do it clean, right? You know what I mean?